We obviously cannot go 6 months without Future and Thugger putting out music, so what do? They put out music together on Super Slimy. It makes so much sense these guys have put out an album together. Why has it not happened already? I do not know. Two massive names in hip hop, especially Future, who has had multiple top 10 hits on the Billboard Hot 100. Even this year, he had one. Um, and yeah, this album is kind of everything what you expect at this point. It's a little disappointing to me that still we're at this point and like they just haven't quite pushed themselves as far as they could go. Like I feel like these two together could have put out something a bit more unique, but it's really everything you've come to expect. And if you really, really love them both, then this album is for you, but I feel like it doesn't have that much of a shelf life, to be honest. In a few weeks, not many people will be talking about it, even though there are some pretty damn good tracks. I think the issue is the lack of diversity amongst the bunch. But for what it is, just on, just at face value, I enjoy this. I think it's pretty fun. Just having it on in the background mostly is what I typically like when I'm playing this. I'm, pretty much bopping along to some of the beats. I don't think either artist ever has that much to say or really jumps out on a track. It's usually the beats that stand out the best. And what I'd say my biggest issue with this album is Future. I mean, this album would have been so much better if there was really hardly any Future and a lot more Thugger for me. I just think Future a lot of the time on this album really ruins the tracks. I mean, the intro track, he comes on hungry as hell. Like, he just comes on that beat, and I'm just like, yes, Future, I want this as a whole album. And, the second verse comes in, and Future again is still picking it up. He's still kept it up. He's still sounding great. And then the second song, he honestly sounds like he's struggling to keep up with the beat. I mean, just listen to the second track, 3, again. And you'll notice that when, like, at the end of each of his bar or his line, his voice strains, like he's like trying to like keep up, and then his voice kind of goes, and it's like it's just a bit uncomfortable to listen to. It's like, really, you sound like you can't even rap, and you've been doing this for years. I honestly think they recorded this while he was ill, because you listen to the closing track, Group Home, and this is what his voice sounds like. It's like, dude, please get some Calpol. It's honestly like they got a feature from the Dumbledore that featured in the first few films. That song, my god. Oh, just it ruined the end of the album for me. And the other issue is as well is that when Future's not there, Thugger comes in, and Thugger's not really like reaching to his heights. Like I wanted like the Jeffrey version of Thugger on this one, and we didn't quite get the wild, like eccentric flows and off-kilter style that we typically get from him. So that was a bit disappointing, I must admit. What is strange though is that the beats are probably the shining element on this album, and I don't even think Metro Boomin is on any of them, and that's pretty weird because Metro Boomin usually takes over every Future beat, so that's pretty strange to me. Seriously though, there's honestly not that much to defend about Future on this one. Like, he just sounds bad, like his voice is just not good. I don't really have that much to say. I think he's took away some of the auto-tune, and maybe, my friend, you should bring it back. Patek Water with Offset is probably the best on the album. I think Offset just comes in doing his thing, and everyone on the track actually sounds pretty good, and the beat as well is probably my favourite beat on the whole album. Overall, I don't have much bad to say about this. It's not got that much replay value. I don't see many people really talking about this in a few weeks. It's just another one of those albums that's hyped up because of the two people involved, but when you actually kind of unravel everything that's going on, there's not really that much to say. But with that being said, that actually leaves it to be more of a fun album to listen to, something to just enjoy and not really pay too much attention to. I mean, it's not like every hip-hop release needs to be super conscious and super lyrical. Like, I don't really buy into that shit. So for this, I do kind of like it for what it is. It's just not really as good as it could have been. I think there was so much more potential here. And honestly, for me, I would just preferred a Thugger album. You know, look, hey, that's just my opinion, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of these two guys anyway, so I suppose for what it is, it's not bad. I'd say a C minus. It's okay. Let me know what you think of this album. What's your favourite by these two artists, actually, like their individual albums? That'll be pretty interesting to hear what people think. Let me know what I should review next. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews and have a good day.